Whenever I looked in the mirror, I didn't see the same happy, jolly little girl I was in elementary school. I saw a girl who didn't look like anybody else, know how to dress, and didn't have any self-confidence. I didn't think the way you looked mattered. I didn't think the way you acted mattered. I thought I was free to be myself, but I was proven wrong because people thought I had to act a certain way. All of this flew past my mind just because of the negative words kids were throwing at me. I wanted to look like the other people at my school just because I wanted to be considered popular or normal. Realizing this now makes me think of how your words can affect someone and how it can change their life perspective on themselves.
In elementary school, I got into an argument with another girl in my class. Instead of talking to the other girl, my teacher sent me into the office and said, under her breath, "I'd expect as much from a girl like you." I became depressed and found ways to convince myself that I deserved it, and just put more of those thoughts in my head as I grew older. I wish my teacher knew that some of the smallest words can have great effects on their students.
When I was in my younger years, I would speak Spanish most of the time since I wasn't very fluent in English yet. I had this one who would always yell at me for speaking Spanish and tell us to speak English since we are in America. I remember trying to tell her many times that I could not speak English very well, but she just wouldn't listen and kept saying it's not her problem and we should just learn to speak it. After all of the things she said to me, I devoted myself to learning English as fast as I could and stopped speaking Spanish just to do so, which caused me to forget almost the whole entire language.
Although she is not the standard that people want her to be, she will always do great things because she's guaranteed to succeed. Although she is different, she is still magnificent. Although she is not the standard, she tries to meet the expectations. Society wants her to compete.
My stress is so big, it's holding me down. It's like I'm falling into the ground. I'm looking at other people, seeing what they have. I'm looking at my body and feeling so bad. I want to look perfect. I want to be smarter. But for me to achieve my goals, I'll have to work harder.
Equality is a simple concept that has been complicated over time. For over 200 years, women have been fighting for equal rights and to not be treated as less than they are worth. It seems like such a simple solution, but this bias has been deeply rooted into many implicit beliefs today. To give an example, a dress code is a set of rules specifying the required manner of dress at a school, which has been repeatedly shown over the years is how the dress code is mainly targeted towards women and girls. When looking at the standard dress code sheet, there are typically more restrictions for women.
In 2017, Vice President Kamala Harris tweeted, "It's time to address the undaringly issues in our education system that limit Black girls' opportunities before they even reach college. Now is the time for educators to stand up."
Just because I'm Black doesn't mean I'm a threat, doesn't mean I'm a thief, and doesn't mean I'm less than. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'm an object, doesn't mean I'm weak, and doesn't mean I'm paying more but earning less. Just because I'm a Black woman doesn't mean I'm a threat, doesn't mean I'm an object, and doesn't mean I'm loud. Just because I'm a Black woman doesn't mean I'm a threat.
Sometimes we feel silenced by things we shouldn't be. We feel entitled to things like stress, depression, and negative emotions, and bad memories. We must stand up and fight back to look out for one another.
Most teachers' intentions are to help us, but not every teacher knows what's always best for us. So students, stand up and speak up for our sake of justice.
Hi, my name is Eliana. I find it critical to provide specific suggestions that would help us as we move forward. Hopefully this video opened your eyes and you admit things need to change. Number 1 is to remember that equality and equity are not the same. Anything less and you're doing children a disservice. Equality produces inequitable results. Create a classroom culture of equity. Number 2 is to take a critical look back at the expectations and rules you have set for your class. Are these policies created to help us succeed or to have us become invisible with the rest of the school? Are you allowing us to become the best versions of ourselves or forcing us to just fit in and stay quiet? Number 3 is to take time to understand us. We do not need you to relate to us, but just promise to listen to our needs. We know the intention isn't to purposely hurt us, but our culture is not an afterthought. To show us you believe in us, learn about us and our struggles.